How is it going, everyone? I am here to break down the global launch preview stream of Where Winds Meet. Just watched the entirety of the stream, and it made me a lot more confident in this game. There is a lot of skepticism around this game being a open world RPG with incredible visuals, a lot of depth to the gameplay, and being totally free to play. You can play the game completely solo as well, which for a free to play game, not something you see all that often. And there's a lot of content to the game, and this stream gave us insight into a lot of the various aspects of the game. I'm going to try to go through a lot of it and then give my input as well. It's an open world action title, more than just kung fu battles, living inside history during China's 5 dynasties. The game is going to explore incredibly diverse cultures and legends, and we've seen a lot of that. I think when it comes to presentation, sound direction, and a lot of the aesthetic elements, those aspects of this game have blown me away from the footage we've already seen, and that's been reiterated and illustrated once again. And they're going to create something that is a living open world with a lot of density to that open world and a lot of things going on. My main problem with a lot of open worlds that you will see these days is it's okay to have a little bit of emptiness here and there, but I think we get into this territory where a world just becomes very mundane. It becomes just having a lot of stuff for the sake of having stuff, and it doesn't feel like there's meaning to it. With Where Winds Meet, it does seem like the world was designed with this idea of depth in mind and having the characters and the world be alive, and also with all of the secrets that are going to be available, from hidden loot to narrative aspects being secret as well. I think that is going to add another layer to the overall open world in the game. You've got the main story content and the side content. There will be a variety of choices in the game, and the choices in the story ripple in the world and change how stories end. A lot of the game is going to revolve around you, your horse, and curiosity and how you explore this world. They are really trying to leave you to your own devices, but at the same time, there is going to be a core narrative for you to follow, and we'll have a little bit more info on that as well. You can get into adventures, get into trouble, and write your own legend. It's all about freedom and combat, and that freedom and combat kind of goes hand in hand because there will be a lot of variety to the combat, but how you implement it, it's going to be all up to you. Rich variety of combat styles, traditional weapons, and more artistic weapons. The artistic weapons is stuff like umbrellas and fans, and we've talked a lot about the umbrella. They've put a lot of depth into that, and a lot of attention into the stylization of the combat itself. It looks incredibly clean, and they've used the term romantic. I definitely get that vibe. You got that vibe of elegance in the game and the combat system as well. Each has distinct rhythm to it as well. Umbrella, again, is elegant. You've got the mow blade that's gonna mow down enemies and offer a different style. They also noted 23 mystic arts will be available and 12 martial arts as well, and all of that can be set to create your own unique combat style. And obviously you can go ahead and change things around and figure out the combat style that's going to work best for you in this world. And again, with that elegance in combat, there's been a lot of attention for action choreography. Stephen Tung Wai has been brought in, film grade motion capture and traditional martial arts moves. Lots of bosses and enemies are noted as well across dozens of campaigns and regions. You can explore a quiet valley or a misty forest. You might encounter a world boss, even if it is fairly quiet, and you might have something new to encounter that way. Freedom is at the heart, feeling like a real world, and you'll have a variety of activities. You can go fishing, or if you need to get fish, you can use Tai Chi in the water and create a different way to accomplish the same task. And that's a reoccurring theme of this game. There are simple things you could do or objectives that you have in mind, but there's going to be different ways for you to actually tackle those objectives. And that's not just strictly combat. Yes, you'll have depth in combat in terms of what weapons you'll be able to utilize and things of that nature, but also other objectives that, you know, you need to get an item this way, you need to get information. How are you going to go about doing those things? It looks like they've put a lot of emphasis in having depth in that area as well. You can go to NPCs and get information on a quest, ask for clues, negotiate for more info, and more. There's option for the moon grabber to take items, a lot of depth in the gameplay options. And then the world, we're talking about being living and alive, and it wouldn't be that unless you have weather changes and a day and night cycle, and you've got that as well. On top of that, thousands of NPCs living living and going about their routine. They specifically highlighted a sequence where the weather changes and it starts raining and an NPC will go away, but at the same time the NPC may start a dialogue of conversation with you. If they can implement that and make it all feel alive, I'll find that to be a good way to do NPC interactions. Sometimes you've got so many NPCs and it just feels like a lot of these nameless faces, and I know you can't put that level of depth onto every single NPC. You've got so many characters on screen, not every single one's gonna have a depth, but doing a couple of little things like what they illustrated, I think just goes and makes that world feel a little bit more alive. Be kind throughout the game and you can get rewarded from said NPCs. However, if you get on their bad side, if you do some nefarious acts, that can lead to a wuxia duel and you can end up getting chased by the crew of the NPCs. So it'll be up to you. You can become anyone you want and live your life throughout the world of Where Winds Meet. You'll be able to walk alone, of course. You can play the game totally solo, or you can travel with all others, enter with nothing, and go where the wind takes you. Every flower, every rooftop, and every environment have been crafted with care. Again, this is a game that is incredibly impressive from a technical standpoint. I think that's one of the main aspects of people being like, bro, this is a free-to-play game with the game looking as good as it does, but they reiterated once again, and it's not just great visuals, but at the same time, the detail to the visual choices and how they crafted the scenery, they put a lot of attention into that. And more than just captivating scenery, there's depth to the details and choices, from the food people eat and the outfits that are being worn as well. Beauty that transcends language during this aesthetic heritage was noted. The game also notes incredible draw distances and full of depth to the open world and being alive. They noted the two main regions that will be highlighted in the game right out the gate, and more regions will be coming. We have Qinxi, where martial arts dream being idyllic safe haven. It's wide open plains, humble villages, and breathtaking ecosystems, wilderness, secluded hamlets, rivers, and caves, but some problems with law and order are noted as well. This is your starting world, and things are going on in the world. There are underground caves teeming with secrets and legends, a variety of regions with several stories being told as well. Qinxi will always be the start of the adventure and the start of the story. Then they also noted Kaifeng is a city of contrast, ancient streets, majestic imperial palaces. The Ghostlight Market was noted as well, one of the big aspects of this region. And one day in Kaifeng, you can listen to music, look at the city lights, or join the common folk seeking legends and rebuild the streets. You can go to the city shadows and uncover secrets. Over 10,000 NPCs here, and they can end up being informants, opponents, witnesses, drinking buddies, and instigators. And they have a smart NPC feature, creating more real NPCs with habits and personalities. They might start conversations, react to environments, and so on and so forth. Some other of the interesting details that are outside of combat and just other things that'll be present in the world: shadow puppetry, pitch pot game, local opera, lion dance. There's going to be a card game implemented into the game as well, and you'll be able to uncover 1,200 artifacts across 16 types, a giant world for you to discover. And this is just two regions, the purest and most sublime expression of martial arts techniques, with a variety of different abilities, with romantic vision rooted in wuxia, mashup of Chinese wuxia fantasy with open world game design, with free and unrestricted movement. We saw a little bit of that, the traversal in the game. It looks like there will be a lot of opportunity for various platforming sequences and traversal options, so that'll be exciting as well. Exploring will lead to hidden places with secret rooms and hidden areas, and how they showed, I found this to be one of the coolest aspects, how you can end up in these secret rooms and hidden areas. It's gonna vary. There's gonna be a lot of aspects and nuance in terms of how to encounter secrets. You could use Tai Chi to throw a bear, to break stones to find loot. Yes, this is a literal thing that happened in a stream, throwing a bear to break a wall of stone, and behind that was secret loot. That is ridiculous, but I'm all aboard on that. Different methods to uncover different things, and tons of stories within the journeys will unfold. There were some characters that they highlighted. You have your aunt and uncle. They raised the main character, and they have some story backdrops as well. I just think a lot of that is going to be better for you to unfold when you actually do play the game. However, there were some things about the story that was interesting that they noted. The main story is going to be 20% of the overall story. There's going to be a secret thread that also you can uncover throughout the game, and that is over things that aren't completely thrown at your face. As you play the game, you will uncover other threads of narratives that are going on to uncover other elements of the story, whether it be conspiracies going on, hidden mysteries, things about the main character. That'll be unfolding as well, but That's going to be outside of the main story, but at the same time, the main story and the secret thread that's also ongoing, they come together and the hidden stories expand more and tells you more of the stories. Exploration and story is connected to create an immersive and vivid wuxia experience. Conspiracies and secrets are there throughout, and how you tackle it will vary. Story will unfold with how you approach the world. There is also some free content that they're giving out. Welcome gift to win exclusive outfits for free, free exquisite rewards, and all in-game content. There is no pay-to-win element to the game either. Later versions will launch content updates via themed season passes, and seasons will be available. Those will be introducing new game modes and story content as well, but all post-launch updates will be freed. Blade Out will be the first season, and that will be dropping as season 1. There will be microtransactions and things of that nature, but it looks like they've put a lot of emphasis into making sure the game isn't pay to win. You can experience the game, and yes, there are some cosmetics, and I've heard some of the cosmetics are pretty expensive, but if it's just cosmetics, it is what it is. Obviously, if it's too expensive, they might have to course correct that, but respect the player, and ultimately the player is going to end up respecting you. My excitement for the game after this stream has increased exponentially. I think there's a lot of potential here, and if nothing else, the world is so beautiful, the sound design looks great, the combat looks like it has a lot of depth. Man, it's a free game that I can play solo as well, which is totally up my alley, and it'll be evolving. I'm interested in seeing, you know, as somebody that's a solo player, this being a live service game, how the live service experience is going to be for me. Will I play it and then I finish up the content that's available, and will it give me reason to go back? I hope it does, because this is a gorgeous world and something that really looks like you'll be able to sink your teeth into. So I know there's been a level of skepticism. The game is out next week. Remember, there is that pre-purchase bonus. The game is totally free to play, but on the PlayStation Store, you can pay $14.99. That'll give you the ability to preload the game, but it'll also give you some in-game items, in-game currency, things of that nature. But unfortunately, the preload is tied to you buying that. But come November the 14th, once the game is out, everybody will be able to download the game and everybody will be able to play the game. So we'll see. This could be a breakout free-to-play title. It's officially out November the 14th. That'll do it for me. Let me know if your excitement for Where Winds Meet has gone up at all, or are you still a little bit on the fence? Sound off in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.